Hey guys, welcome to my 37-week update. I'm making this a little early because I wanted to update you all on everything that's been going on this past week, which has been a lot. It's hard to wrap my head around everything that's been happening. So I wanted to go ahead and do that since I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow and I might possibly be having Ellie Grace. I don't know yet. I'm really not sure. So I wanted to make it today so you all can go ahead and see my belly and I can update you on everything. So you know what's going on and you're not like, why did she just have Ellie Grace? What's going on? Anyway, so I'll start out with the symptoms that I've been having this week. Basically, the symptoms this week have been terrible. I have been sick. Not all week, but like the past few days, I've been sick, like on the toilet 24/7, if you know what I mean. TMI, I know, but I've just been really, really sick. And yeah, so that's something new. And I've been having contractions, not Braxton Hicks, but I think I've been having like a few real contractions. I'm really not sure. This is my first pregnancy, but it's been starting out in my back and they kind of wrap around to the front. So they're not regular, they're very irregular, so I know it's just false like labor signs, but it's still like contractions and they don't feel very good. I've been having a lot of Braxton Hicks contractions as well, so yeah. Another thing, that my back has been super achy this week. My back has just been killing me. And I'm actually on BedRest, and I have been since Thursday. Today's Monday. And I haven't been doing anything at all, so I don't know why my back's killing me so bad, but it is. It's hurting so bad. I'm still peeing every 5 seconds. It's kind of picked up a little bit. Not sure if these are labor signs or what this means, but something is definitely changing, and yeah. So on Thursday, I went to the doctor and had my routine weekly checkup, and that was my 37-week checkup. And at 37 weeks at my doctor, she does an ultrasound to check the baby's weight and just the progress of the baby and everything. So I went over to the ultrasound place and I totally thought everything would be normal because like I've had ultrasounds and everything and no one ever really noticed anything weird. So I went to the ultrasound place and I got my ultrasound done and she told me that Ellie Grace weighed 5 pounds and 13 ounces, which is actually on the low side for 37 weeks. She's supposed to be maybe 6.5 pounds, somewhere around 6 pounds or 6.5. But she's 5 pounds and 13 ounces. But small babies are kind of genetic in my family, so I don't know. I possibly it might just be because I was born small and I've always been small, and my doctor said the same thing. So I'm not too worried about that, and I know there's been 5 pounds and 13 ounce babies born, and they were completely fine. So I'm not worried about that. Ellie Grace's heartbeat was great from the ultrasound when they checked it and everything, so everything looked great. The ultrasound lady didn't seem concerned about anything, which I guess she's not supposed to act concerned if there's anything to be concerned about, but she was totally like fine with everything, and she just was like, yeah, and she gave me some pictures of Ellie and everything. So yeah, I thought everything was gonna be great, and I went to the doctor and she did the checkup. She checked on my weight, and I weighed 136 pounds. At my 36-week checkup, I weighed 134.5, so I gained weight. I didn't, but Ellie gained some weight, and so that's good. She weighed me and everything, and then she came in with this lady, and I was like, why is she bringing this lady in here? And it started to kind of concern me, and I didn't know if it's because she was going to check me for dilation, and maybe they always bring in somebody when they check me. I don't know. But she was like, yeah, everything's looking great. And then she told me how Ellie Grace was weighing kind of smaller. But she also said ultrasounds can be off. And then she said also you're small, so it's probably just genetics. But then she told me everything looked pretty good. And I was like, pretty good? And she was like, yeah, the blood flow is going great to Ellie Grace. And she's proportioned, everything is proportioned great on her. But she said the amniotic fluid is way lower than it should be. She said it's like on the borderline of, we need to get you to the hospital now or no. So I started freaking out. Like, do I need to be in the hospital having Ellie Grace right now, or what's going on? And I was freaking out. Which my doctor's awesome though. You know, she was explaining everything to me, but I was freaking out. And she said that they start watching amniotic fluid levels at 8 centimeters, and mine was at 5 centimeters. So I was like, okay, so what do we do? And basically she said that she's going to put me on bed rest. I'm not supposed to do anything, which I haven't. It's Monday now, and this was on Thursday, and I haven't done anything. But she said, don't, just go on bed rest. Don't do anything strenuous. Just relax and drink lots of water. And then we're going to get you another ultrasound when I'm back in the office, and we're going to check the levels again. And she said maybe the ultrasound was wrong, and she said, and maybe, whatever. But I'm freaking out. I'm like, okay. So, because amniotic fluid is really important. Like, that's the reason that the baby stays in your belly toward the end. Like, if there's not any amniotic fluid, there's really no point for the baby to be in your belly, as far as I've kind of heard and read all over the internet. But yeah, so I've been on bed rest, and she told me that she checked me for dilation, and I'm still not dilated at all, but I was 50% effaced, which before I wasn't effaced at all. So I was 50% effaced, and that made me feel a little better. She told me that on Tuesday, when I go back, if the amniotic fluid is still low, which is tomorrow, is still low, then they're going to send me over to the hospital and induce me, and I'm going to have Ellie Grace. So that kind of scared me. Like, I'm like a first-time pregnant mom, and I'm going back home knowing that I have low amniotic fluid, and I'm just freaking out because, I don't know, it just really scares me. I don't want anything to happen to Ellie Grace. And this whole week I've just been thinking I should have just told her to induce me that day, but I'm sure she knows whatever is healthy, whatever is the best for Ellie Grace. But I've been kind of freaking out. I've been drinking lots of liquids, and she also told me, because I wasn't dilated any, she gave me some advice on like what to do to get more effaced and dilated. So just in case on Tuesday I do have to go get induced or whatever, I will be farther along with effacement or dilation. So she told me to take evening primrose oil, and I'm supposed to take 3 orally a day, which I've been doing, and I started that on Thursday. And so yeah, and I've been drinking red raspberry leaf tea, which is also like an herbal way to get your body more prepared. It's supposed to make contractions easier, and I'm not sure if it's supposed to make you like thinned out more, but I've been doing everything I can because I really don't want it to end up in a C-section. I would like to have Ellie Grace vaginally and not have to be ending up in a C-section. So on Saturday I was leaking a lot of discharge, and sorry, this is TMI, but Saturday I had a lot of vaginal discharge, and it freaked me out because and I was contracting, and my back had been hurting, and I was just freaking out. I was like, what's going on? And so we called my doctor, and she told me to go over to the hospital because she said it could possibly be your amniotic fluid, and that could be why your levels are so low, because it could have ruptured or whatever. So I went over to the hospital, and they checked me, which they just stick like a Q-tip up your vagina, and they leave it there for a minute, and then they tell you if it was your water leaking or not. So I did that, and they had me hooked up to see Ellie Grace's heartbeat and my heartbeat the whole time. The nurse in there told me that Ellie Grace's heartbeat is wonderful, and it fluctuates, which means like her brain is looking amazing, and just like she looks amazing. She passed the non-stress test in like 10 minutes, and it normally takes like 45. So Ellie Grace looks healthy, but it wasn't my water leaking. The results came back negative, so that kind of made me feel better that Ellie Grace, they were talking about how healthy she looks and everything. That made me feel better, and that it wasn't my water leaking. And she checked me, and I was 70% effaced. So from Thursday to Saturday, I went from 50% effaced to 70% effaced. So something was working. I'm not sure if it's just my body getting ready, or if it's the oil, or if it's the tea, whatever has been working. So I'm very happy. And the nurse said that it looks very, very likely that if I was induced, that I would easily be able to deliver vaginally, which is what I want so badly. So yeah, so that made me feel a lot better. So I go to see the doctor tomorrow and I find out what's going on, and I will keep you all updated on my Instagram and my Facebook and Twitter. I just really wanted to make this video today in case I do have to have her tomorrow or Wednesday, that I won't have to make it that day, so I don't have to tell you guys my symptoms for the whole week and everything and be in labor on Pitocin. So I thought I would tell you all everything now, so also you all have an idea of what's going on and you're not like, why is Kenzie having Ellie Grace right now? What happened? But yeah, so that's the update. Also, I've been nesting so badly and I want to clean and I want to do everything around the house. Ellie Grace's room is completely finished, but I want to do everything and I can't. I'm on bed rest, so it really sucks. So I painted my fingernails and I painted my toes because you can do that while you're in bed, and so I did that. Also, I have to give a shout out to my amazing fiance Josh. He is so amazing. He has been helping me out this whole time on bed rest. He's been bringing me food and drinks, and he gets everything that I need, and he's so amazing. And yesterday I was feeling so crappy and I just felt like puking every 5 seconds. I didn't, but I felt like puking, knock on wood. So there was so many clothes to be done, and the dishes were all needed to be done, and I was just all stressed out because I can't do it, and I can't cook or anything. But anyway, so I took a nap, and it was an hour and a half nap, 2 hour nap probably. And I woke up and I walked into the kitchen to get a drink and everything was done. The house is just perfect. He actually woke up on Saturday morning and started cleaning like crazy. So, but he had, in my nap time, he cleaned it. He did the dishes and he did all the clothes, and I was just so happy, and he's perfect and I love him so much. But yeah, so that's pretty much it on the update for this week, and I'll be 38 weeks on Wednesday. Like I said, today's Monday, so not too far away, but I'll show you all my 38-week belly since I'm pretty much 38 weeks again. I'll show you all my belly, and we'll see tomorrow on what the doctor says and what the ultrasound looks like. We don't really know if I'll be having Ellie Grace tomorrow or if I'll be when I'll have her. I really don't know when I'm gonna have her. But yeah, so that has been it for this week, and I will keep you all updated like I said. So bye guys.
Wow. That's amazing.
Thank you, Ellie.
Boom, your water breaks right now, right?
And she'd probably
right
kick
on
it.
camera.
Kick it out.
He's like, Raymond's in his Sunday best. He's usually up to his chest in oil and grace. There's the mountains walking in with that man, little freckle-faced kid who broke a window last week. And sweet Miss Betty likes to sing all can. Don't hear, Corey.